Hi, good afternoon. My name is Joshua Turner. This is my discussion video for Module 1, Sustainability and You for SOS111. In this video response, I'm going to discuss what sustainability means to me and how I currently contribute to a sustainable existence, and what sustainable actions I plan on taking in the future. Sustainability to me is the conscious actions we take when we actively look for options in our consumption to leave the same or better options for others in future generations. We have a choice in the food we eat, fuel we use, the transportation we take. These are all conscious decisions we make, and as is usually the case, the morally right decisions are not always the easiest or most profitable. They're still decisions we actively make. The actions I and my wife, I include here because we do this stuff together, take now to lead to a somewhat sustainable lifestyle are we recycle, we use the smallest trash can available, we try to recycle everything else. We try to keep only fuel-efficient vehicles. We had an SUV that we used, um, and we got rid of it for a smaller, more fuel-efficient car. Even though we do track our kid and his friends around to sporting events and things like that. We don't eat meat on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We tried doing the vegetarian thing, and it didn't take. So we compromised and chose 2 days out of the week that we would use to do that. There is a scientific study on nature.com that states that if a quarter of us as a nation stopped eating meat, we would save about a little over 1% of our global greenhouse gas emissions. If we all decided to do it, it would be closer to 5%, which is pretty significant when you think about that is one portion of greenhouse gas emissions. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to walk when we have the option. We live in Washington, weather's not always the best. When we have the choice, we do have shops and parks close to us, and we'll go ahead and walk to there. We do go ahead and walk to those, um, and we'll continue to do so. Things that we will do in the future that we don't do now is we'll make a better effort to eat locally. We tend to go to supermarkets for our stuff, and that tends to contribute to that meat consumption problem I was talking about earlier. If we can encourage a change in the way that we farm our food and produce our food, that would be great. We'll donate items that we would typically take to the dump. We have a kid growing. We have a lot of clothes that we tend to get rid of. So we're going to go ahead and start offering those to donate those to special causes and things like that. Go ahead and let those recirculate rather than contribute to people purchasing more clothing. We're going to drink more tap water. One thing that we are very guilty of is buying a lot of bottled water, even though we live in Washington where the tap water tastes as good, if not better, sometimes than bottled water. Again, mentioned earlier, kid in sports tend to buy a lot of that stuff. We're going to get some nice reusable bottles and start using those instead. My contribution is important because I have a child who's going to learn from my actions, and if I can lead him into a more sustainable way of life, I will see that as a great success. And another reason my contribution is important is because every contribution is important, no matter how small it is, as long as we're steering in the right direction. Thanks.